morning to you. Happy Wednesday. For those of you who are tuning in right now on the show, it's 10 a.m. and you know, at 10 a.m., it's time for your world. And today being Wellness Wednesday, we want to talk about something that, let me tell you, most of the time when I think about it and when I see some of these videos online, I am scared, okay? But it's all about CrossFit, and today it's all about CrossFit 101, and that's CrossFit Training 101, and we'll be looking at the aspect of from couch to CrossFit, okay? So for those of you who've tried CrossFit and you know what it's all about, and get with us on our socials at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and at X, and tell us how was your experience. But for those of you who are coming across the term CrossFit for the very first time, then like I said, you want to stick around until the end of the show to learn more about CrossFit. We have the perfect people to help us with the same. So do not go anywhere, okay? But at the same time, we also have a very simple question for you, okay? Very, very simple question for you. And the question of the day is, what is one fitness goal that you hope to achieve this year, and how are you going to get there, okay? And the question is very simple once again. What is that fitness goal that you have for this year, and how are you going to get there? Engage with us, like I said, on our socials, and that is at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and on X, and tag me at Lubembe_Winnie. We'll be looking at your feedback as we continue with the conversation. And the reason why we have not started warming up is because Nyambura was like, listen, we cannot start warming up and then we talk and then we go to do. Let me tell you, she clearly knows her craft, all right? And Coach Nyambura is here with me, Charity Nyambura, who is a lead CrossFit coach. I would say instructors, the coach. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
You look fit, and I'm standing here intimidated. I'm like, oh, she's going to kill me today. Hi.
Hi,
how are you doing today?
I'm good.
How are you feeling? Ready to attack the
ready to impart knowledge, and hopefully people do not have to be scared.
Yes.
You just mentioned you hear CrossFit and you like scared about it. We're here to demystify that and make sure that everyone, even the beginner, can absolutely do this.
Beginner, eh? We can still get it. Yeah. All right, just in case you're wondering where we are at CrossFit Boveda. Is it Boveda or Boveda?
Boveda.
Boveda, right here on Kiambu Road, along Kiambu Road, in Thindigwa, to be specific, okay? So if you are curious about CrossFit and all those things, again, like we said, stay tuned and you'll learn so much from today's conversation. Now, can we just understand CrossFit, okay? Because like I said, I watch videos online and I'm terrified because of how intense it is. But like you said, no, even for beginners, there's something for you as beginners. Yeah. So CrossFit, at a very basic level, what is it?
It is basically movements that are constantly varied, and we make sure that every person in the class, no matter your fitness level, is able to go through the movements by having scaling options. So you will have an excellent person or an athlete, a top athlete, doing a different movement, working the same muscles. For example, upper body, they're going heavier weights, and the beginner is maybe working with dumbbells, going lighter weights, but still doing the same movement pattern. So what people see is the top athletes moving. And you're going to see a movement and you're like, I can't do that.
I can't do that.
This is not for me. But once you come to us, we make sure that wherever you're starting, that is where we're going to get you. And you will get an excellent workout no matter the level.
You know what? Listen, earlier on you said, listen, so there's the top athlete, and then there's kunapa katikati, then there's the beginner, right? Do we have options for, you know, the beginner, the what is it called? Upper intermediate, right? And then the top athlete. Because there's a time we went to a certain workout, and this coach was telling us, listen, there's no such thing as beginner, the intermediate. No, you all do the same thing. And I think that is why a lot of us are scared about it, because like it's so intense, it's so fast, it's death.
I think the experience that you had might have been, let me just call it a bit unprofessional, because when you look at the workouts that we have on our screens, you've got the RX version, which is what the elite ones are going to be doing. And then there is precisely written intermediate, where you now target those who've been working out for some time, but are not there yet. And then we have the beginner option, which is basically anybody who hasn't worked out in the last year can come in and be able to do that workout. And if they are not there yet in the beginner level, we scale it down even more to meet them at their level. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So there is that aspect of other coaches like wanting to throw you into the deep end like immediately, but no, it should not be like that. Like we want to meet you at your level and then help you progress as we move on.
I say that starts somewhere, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you talked about movement, and some might say, but we move every day. Going to work, sometimes we walk, sometimes we don't. Lifting some things at home and all those things. So it's like we move every day.
Yes.
But how different is CrossFit from the normal movement that we do on a daily basis, and also from other exercises that we do in the gym?
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing with CrossFit is highly functional.
Okay.
You see, the things that you do at home, most of the movements kind of mimic that.
All right.
If you're carrying your groceries, you're going to find a movement that you're going to use the kettlebells to do a carry and walk maybe up to the wall and back to just build your capacity in that, right? If you need to lift something from the floor, you're going to find we have deadlifts, which help you build in that capacity and the technique.
Okay.
So the movements that you tend to do at home, like let's say, okay, you walk, but we might get you running on the ground, without the treadmills. We don't have the treadmills. So you're going to be running just as you would in the natural ground. So it's functional. What you do outside, you will find movements that mimic that. And our goal, our main goal, is to enhance your quality of life. So if we do not have the movements that you are doing at home to be mimicked here in the gym, then we're not serving the purpose. And we want to...
I like that.
Yeah.
Functional. Okay, so do you have like the fundamentals as far as CrossFit is concerned? I mean, to talk to nyumbani, come here and say like, CrossFit. What is it that we need to know and understand as far as CrossFit? Are there like fundamentals that you need to keep in mind?
Absolutely. Yeah. And the thing is, people assume that you're going to come in and start doing movements that you do not understand immediately. But whenever anyone walks in through the reception area and they want to just join a class, yes, we will give you a trial session and we will ask our coaches to take you through it, scale it for you. But once you're done and you've decided you want to do CrossFit, we're going to take you through some introductory courses. Yeah. So in that, it's one-on-one with a coach where we break down the movements a bit slower compared to how we do it in the class, so that you understand some of the movement patterns. Like, for example, if I told you to squat right now, how would you do it? Just show me a squat.
I was like this.
Okay, let's see. I won't tell you something, but yeah,
but
let's see.
See, all right. So I would go like that. Ooh-wee. Okay, I think that's the max I can go.
Okay. But you see, now on the intro sessions, what we do is we break down that technique. I would start by fixing your stance. Point your toes out a bit.
Yes. Like that.
Now hip back and down. And then you want to go down as much as you can, pushing your knees out so that you get a bit more depth. And then face forward. Yeah? Lower. There. And then up. Up. Exactly. So what we do is impart the knowledge. We want to make sure that the client has some level of understanding that if they come to their class and the coach says face forward or chest up, they understand what the coach is talking about. So we take them through the barbell movements, the basic body weight movements, understanding you need to, have your back neutral. What does that mean? What do I need you to do? Exactly. So once you understand that, you're able to now come into the class and despite it being a group setting, you're able to now follow and not get lost and understand what's going on.
And doing your own things and doing more harm than good. Because that is what you see most of the time, right? People just come in, and especially those people who say they want to solo train, and somebody just comes walking to the treadmill and then with the dumbbells, and sometimes we tend to do all things wrong and end up with a lot of injuries at the same time. We'll talk about the safety aspects as we continue with the conversation. But like you said, so So number one, knowledge. Understand what you're going to do.
Understand what you're going to do. And how your body is moving. Like when you understand your limitations, then you're able to work on them better.
Okay.
You're not just moving for the sake of moving. You're understanding, okay, if I do a squat, I'm not able to go full depth. What is wrong? Is it that I do not have ankle mobility, or are my hips tight, too tight or something? And then now the coach will guide you. Okay, these are some of the things you can do to work on that, and then you gradually understand how your body is improving.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So knowledge, number one. Number two, can we talk about then the different workouts that are in CrossFit training? And we're using the word training and not workout. Is it hers between the two? It's like, what are the same?
It's mostly the same.
Mostly the same,
yeah.
Okay.
I would say it's mostly the same. In terms of CrossFit and the kind of workouts that we have, okay, this is what most people know, and that is the movements in the gym.
Okay.
Right? You mostly utilize the equipment, the cable machines, and all that. So they're like already set for you to maybe chest press, all right? Or the Smith machine, right? So it's kind of it's a machine.
Okay.
But right here with CrossFit, we tend to now use free weights.
You know, I'm looking around, I'm like, where are the treadmills? Where are they?
You know, that's a question we get a lot. Like people will come in and they're like, where the machines? Where the treadmills? But these are the machines. And you would do so many things with the equipment that we have here, and it's mostly free weights. And mastering the control that you have with your body to move with free weights without the restriction of the machine. I can't move this way or I can't move that way. Being able to get the technique and making it like really good technique with the free weights, that's where we're at. So you will find compound movements. The patterns are the same. You need to squat, you need to lunge, you need to hinge, you need to press, you need to carry. So the movements are the same, but you're gonna find maybe you're using a deadlift, you're using a barbell, but you can still use dumbbells to do the same. You can still use a kettlebell to do the same movement. So we just utilize the free range weights, kettlebells, dumbbells, barbells, med balls, to move.
Interesting. And then something else about still on movements and the different workouts. So we see HIIT, and then there's CrossFit, and then there's like intense cardio. There's a name for it. So are they also included in CrossFit, or are they completely different?
Okay, so CrossFit is kind of the sweet spot in the middle. Yeah. So let's take someone who does marathons. And a complete bodybuilder. Right? So if you tell the marathon guy, okay, today we're going to be lifting weights. And if they're doing the same thing with the bodybuilder, obviously the bodybuilder is gonna lift heavier. Way heavier than the marathoner, because that is what he does, right? But when you have the CrossFit person, he's going to be right in the middle, because we still train strength, so you're going to find that he's got some level of strength, and he might not beat the bodybuilder because the bodybuilder does that, but he's somewhere in the middle. If we take the three of them again to the marathoner, the marathoner is going to beat them. I mean, it's going to beat them because, again, they excel at that. The bodybuilder will probably be out of breath because they barely do the running, or maybe they're not doing a lot of cardio. So they will be out of breath. Now the CrossFitter, again, will be in the middle. Because, again, we do the running, not just like the marathoner, but it's kind of somewhere in between. So when you see hybrid training, CrossFit is kind of the same. Sometimes you'll find a workout that involves weights. Like today we had running, and then we had wall balls. We're using a lighter weight to build on metabolic endurance. But sometimes you'll find it's a heavy day. We're basically just doing back squats or deadlifts on that day. So it is varied. You're still training the same patterns. But sometimes it's going to be conditioning. Sometimes it's going to be heavy days. Sometimes it's a mix of weights and
I see. Listen, my director Philip is like, listen, sister, okay. I promise, Philip, we'll do that. We'll get to that in a second. But again, so understanding the fundamentals, understanding the movements and what is involved in terms of the equipment or no equipment, you know, and also what it's all about. So who gets to do CrossFit?
Everybody.
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 Okay.
And listen, if you have like an injury or something, most people will probably stay home. But come in.
I was about to be like, you know, I dropped my foot.
No, we'll find you an option that will work around your injury as you recover.
Yeah.
So there is no excuse to stay home and not work out.
Yeah.
Like, come in.
Yeah.
We'll find you something that you can do. If you can't squat because you have an injury on the lower body, we'll find you something that you can do on your upper body.
Johnny Bravo.
Okay. You're still recovering, building up on your capacity to move full range of motion. But instead of resting or not doing too much, unless the doctor has told you no movement, then that you need to rest. But if you've been given the clearance, we will guide you.
Okay.
Yes.
So everybody gets to do CrossFit.
Everybody.
Now, going back to the different workouts in a sec. So you see, like in a normal gym setting, so they usually, and again, this is individualized, where some people would say, I'll do cardio on Monday, and then do leg day on Tuesday, maybe upper body on Wednesday, Thursday, maybe do something a little bit lighter, Thursday or Friday, Friday, maybe do yoga, you know, and also it's like different things, different days, but you achieve the same goal. So I'm also curious about CrossFit.
Yeah.
Is it, again, divided into the different days, or it's every single day, full body workout, and we do different workouts together?
Yeah. So it's mostly like you will find we have a monthly focus.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're working on endurance and stamina, or we're working on building strength. We're doing a 4-week cycle, so you might find more strength-based workouts. But in terms of doing maybe lower body or upper body or, you know, cardio, you will find bits and pieces of that. But mostly, how we say it is, you want to make sure that you give yourself some rest in between. So you can either go for a split, either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rest on Thursday, come Friday and Saturday, or Monday, Tuesday, rest Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, rest. Saturday. Yeah, depending on the split that would work. A beginner would probably do equal work to rest ratios. That is Monday, rest Tuesday. Wednesday, rest Thursday, Friday, so that you give your body the time to rest and recover. Yeah,
because people like, I want to achieve this and achieve it now. So you go 7 days.
No, rest is such a huge part of the programming. You can't take it out. Yeah, because how again is your body going to recover? And some injuries occur due to overuse. Yeah. So if you are going and going and going and you're not giving yourself time to rest, an injury may occur. Yeah. And we are trying to make sure that you move injury-free. Yes.
I like that. Yeah, I like that, because again, I was reading and they were talking about how CrossFit has more injuries than, I don't know, this regular exercise and someone who's working, but it's a good thing to hear what you're saying is rest. Yes. And we cannot underscore the importance of rest. You can't. Because your body needs to recover.
It does.
Okay, pregnancy and CrossFit. Yeah. I've seen some pregnant women doing CrossFit. I'm like, hey, how do you even do that? First of all, is it safe for pregnant women to do CrossFit?
It is.
It is safe.
But at a certain level. It depends with your fitness level, pre-pregnancy as well, some of the things that you are able to do. I would not get someone who hasn't been working out and is now expecting to come in and get them to start doing the intense CrossFit movements. It does require you to work towards your fitness level, and it depends. It really depends on where you were before, but there isn't. And I know in our society, and especially the African setting, rest. Yeah. Don't do too much. Just
yeah, you know,
rest.
you carry the baby, rest.
Yes, but movement is healthy. It's good for expecting women, and we want to demystify that and get as many expecting women moving as possible.
Okay.
And it goes back to the scaling options. And depending with the trimester that you're in, there are some movements that you definitely can't do. But again, the coach is going to be there to guide you. If you're on the second trimester and we have sit-ups, the coach will substitute that with something that is friendly for an expecting woman.
So it's a bit individualized depending on where you are.
And that's the thing about CrossFit. We are in a group setting, but you do get individualized feedback from the coach in the group setting. So think about it like, you know, personal training, but with a group of people.
That's actually more fun than just doing it on your own and all those things. I feel that's more fun. Okay, people would say back problems, knee problems, hip problems, problems. Okay, can they do CrossFit as well? Yes,
they can.
Okay.
Mobility.
All right.
Yes. So that is such a huge part of the programming again. Because you don't want to just move, do the squats and completely neglect opening up your hips or something, or stretching the muscles. That's why you will find we have foam rollers.
Over there.
Yes, so that you can incorporate recovery and mobility movements. We're going to try and do some bits of that so that you see some of the movements that we use to help people overcome the issues that they have. For example, the hip. The hip gets tight for so many people in corporate, especially because you are mostly seated. So that muscle is mostly in a shortened phase for the best part of the day. So if there are no movements that are going to help stretch that, it limits your movement in terms of squats. So it's about knowing what you need to do movement-wise, but also mobility and recovery to help enhance your training. So like what you're saying is literally there's no excuse. There is absolutely no excuse. No, zero
whatsoever. And of course, like you said, the different phases, intermediate, beginner, intermediate, and then the
advanced,
advanced level, which again we'll see as well, so that we really see how it can get. But at the same time, so people have different reasons why they go to the gym, and I know we need to go on a break. So some say I want to gain muscle, others say I want to lose weight, others say I want to gain weight, others say, you know, so there's so many reasons as to why people would want to work out. So I wonder how then CrossFit incorporates all these people. Say for someone who wants to say gain muscle, yes they can. Gain weight, okay, and then I'm like, yes, nakula sana, but also this other end, you know, incorporating fitness. So how does CrossFit?
So CrossFit in itself, and especially the program that we have, is not a purely strength program, and that's why we have supplemented that with a purely strength program. So if someone has a very, very specific goal, I would like to build muscle, then we normally recommend starting with the strength program, because now it's more specific to your goal compared to CrossFit, which might be more of general fitness. You still build strength in CrossFit, but more specifically, if you join the strength program for a few months maybe, then you're able to build up on that capacity and the specificity of your goal.
I see that.
Yes.
I see. Okay. All right. So let's go on a break, and then when we come back, we'll now do everything that Philip is excited.
Tell him not to just watch.
Right?
He also needs to come in.
Philip Ovaskia, you also need to come in, because there's no excuse. Everybody gets to do CrossFit. Okay. All right. But as we go on a break, remember the question that we're asking you today is very, very simple, and that is, what is that one fitness goal that you have for this year, and how are you going to get there? Okay, so are you going to eat a lot? Are you going to eat less? Are you going to go to the gym? What is it that you're planning to do to achieve that one fitness goal that you're looking at? Ukumbuka tumeanza May, May ni kesho. We're almost there katikati ya mwaka. So again, if you're still having this fitness goal, engage with us on our social. So that is at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and and on X, and tag me as well at Lubembe_Winnie. So we're taking a short break. When we come back now, we'll do the warm-up, because if we do the warm-up now, Coach Charity will be like, we will also do another warm-up when we come back, okay? So we'll see you after the break. The show is Your World.
What's up, people? My name is Brian Aseli, most bankable host in Africa, and I'd like to invite you for Man Cave 5. But before I even tell you that, there are 3 things a man cannot live without. 1 is money, of course, and 2 is ambition. I know some would say a woman, but this time round I want you to focus, okay? Nataka focus kabisa. The 3rd thing is actually coming on ground for the Man Cave 5. And that's because men will be gathered and they will be having panel discussions right here at Herencia. For those who are asking themselves where Herencia is, it's actually off Thika Road, Wanasema exit 16, and of course, it's right before you get to Mangu High School. So don't miss out on a chance to interact with men, because every time men meet, great things happen.
So beautiful, so wonderfully made. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. To
get wananiuliza by voice emoji, dial star 812 star 801 hash.
Skiza na Nation. Siasa ni ngazi ya vizazi.
Anything which is given to you at the moment is nothing.
Mimi mtanitambua kwa vitendo vyangu, lakini sio kwa yale ambaye nitakuwa napiga nduru.
Ni jukwaa la historia.
Matiba was the de facto leader of the opposition from that moment.
Sasa tutakuwa na rais mpya, Kenneth Matiba.
Demokrasia ni safari ndefu.
Idi Amin alikuwa ameanguka, Obote amerudi na ulevi wake, Museveni naye kwa msituni anafuruga. We saw insecurity.
The repression of Amin did not go as deeply as the repression of Obote.
Na hata vigogo wa zama hizo wamo na watawala wa sasa.
Yani bottom.
Kadi hizi zinachezwa na kina mama wabobezi na wanaobadilisha historia.
We are going to shed blood because of our land. We will. We are used to that.
Historia ya siasa ndiyo hujenga taifa la sasa. Ungana naye Paul Nabiswa, mtafiti wa historia ya siasa, katika Mikoba ya Demokrasia. Haya ni makala ya darubini kali ya siasa za mapambano na maridhiano kwa uhakika mkubwa. Hivi karibuni hapa NTV.
With the title and relegation all but decided, the race for Champions League qualification is the main point of intrigue in the Premier League. As things stand, there are 5 clubs competing for 3 spots, with Chelsea being one of those teams contending for a coveted Champions League place. With 5 games to play, the Blues are in a fight to finish inside the Premier League top 5, especially when you look at their remaining fixtures.
Mahali ya kusisimua na yenye mvuto, kutoka mashinani hadi mijini.
Zaidi ya madaktari 200 wameweza kuanza mgomo wao rasmi.
Serikali ya kaunti inaendeleza miundombinu kuhakikisha kuwa maji inapatikana kwa urahisi.
Ni chimbuko la habari zinazokuhusu wewe.
Kupata ID, sisi tulikuwa kama aliens ambaye wamekuwa discriminated.
Michebebe is very nutritious, very chlorophyllous, very delicious, but less malicious.
Bila chuku, bila upendeleo. Taarifa halisi na asilia kutoka kwa wananchi kwa ajili ya wananchi.
Ndilo kero la taka ambao umeshuhudiwa katika mji huu wa matunda.
Kama serikali hawajachukua hiyo hatua, sisi wa Orma tutachukua hatua.
NTV Mashinani, kila siku ya wiki saa 12:30 jioni hadi saa 1 jioni.
Welcome back. The show is Your World, and today is Wellness Wednesday, and we're doing CrossFit Training 101, and we're saying from the couch to CrossFit. And as we, started the conversation earlier on with Coach Charity, she said, listen, anybody can do CrossFit. So there's no excuse whatsoever. Oh, do you know what I'm going to go? Oh, do you know what I'm going? Oh, you're pregnant. There's no excuse whatsoever. Anybody can do CrossFit. And, she talked about so many things as far as knowledge is concerned, the different movements, and also a little bit about the safety aspect, which we'll continue talking on the second hour as we now get into the exercise. All right. But even as we prepare to get into the exercise, can we very briefly go through the benefits of CrossFit? I know it touched on a little bit during the first part, but very quickly on the benefits of CrossFit.
General fitness. Yes. If you are looking to just have a good quality of life, and the easiest way to think about it, especially for parents, you basically want to have the energy to move and play with your kids, run after them, jump around. That is more on general fitness. Okay. Yeah. When you're getting older, you want to make sure that you move independently as far into the years as you can. Yes. So you want to build muscle, be able to move up the stairs, be able to lift things off the floor. That is mostly general fitness. And again, the specifics when you want to gain muscle or lose some weight or run a marathon.
Okay.
Those things.
I see that.
Yes.
I see. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put my phone down. Okay, I have my headband ready. Okay, so first of all, what are we doing today? Because like I said, there are different sets of workouts that we're going to do. Yeah. So what are those? And then, we'll start with the warm-up. Like you said, warm-up is important.
So we're going to do a very short full body workout involving weights. We're not going to run today. We are going to just do a few movements utilizing the kettlebells, but first we're going to do a warm-up, and then post-workout we are going to do a bit of heavy lifting. I'm curious to see how heavy.
I can go. Wait, okay, all right. Anyway, as we do that, the question of the day is very simple. What is that one fitness goal that you are looking to achieve this year, and how are you getting there? Someone actually said lose fat, okay? But how are you going to lose fat? That's on our socials at NTV Kenya, both on Facebook and on X, and tag me as well at Lubembe_Mini. Or better yet, use our WhatsApp number 0112 500 400 and let us know that one fitness goal, okay? All right, let's go.
Okay.
So what are we going to do?
We are going to start with rowing. I'm going to have Andy show us the rowing technique.
We
so
have
you're
an
gonna
audience,
sit.
which is good. But now, am I the only beginner hapa? Okay, it is well. So I'll do the beginner variation, and then they'll do... But you'll show us, right?
No, for this one, we are going to be doing the same thing, technically.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
The pace might be different for you and, for example, him. But basically, the technique is the same. So we're just going to show you how to do the rowing.
Okay.
Okay.
This is called a rower.
Yeah, this is a rowing machine.
Okay, rowing machine.
So you sit on this, you hook your feet, and then this is normally right here.
Okay.
So you're able to reach it. Let's all just sit to that level.
Okay.
So sit. Hook your feet in here. And then we're gonna tighten the straps.
Okay.
To secure your feet.
Okay.
All right. Now Andy is going to hold on to the handle.
Okay.
So with rowing, you wanna start in. And then pull, extend your feet, and pull the handle to your sternum.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
And then back again, arms first. Andy, arms first. There, recover and pull. So now you want to drive with your feet, like push, and then pull back. Yeah? All right, let's try that.
Okay.
We're going to be doing a minute only.
Okay.
So pull.
Okay.
Let's go, guys. Pull. You are actually a natural. So now, when you pull to your sternum, pause a bit, recover.
Okay.
Recover
And then
your arms, then pull again. Now pulling harder and harder with each stroke. Yeah. So normally, as you can see on the screen, if we're going for meters, you just check on the screen all the time for a minute.
Okay.
Harder. And you're done with a minute. Okay. Let's go full minute. All right. Put back the handle. Put back the handle. Now we're gonna make sure you're off the machine.
Okay.
Just stand, get some space. So next up, we'll go for good mornings. You can have your hands right here. Yeah?
Okay.
And then push your hip back, hinge, soft knees, right there. And then extend fully. That's it. Should feel a stretch on your hamstring. Yep. Easy. We're going for 8 reps. You guys are counting. Normally you count your reps. Okay, let's get right here on the bar. Just hold on the shorter bar. Don't get scared.
Okay.
Just hold right here. Right. Just hold on to the bar. So you guys will just hang. These guys are pros, so they're fine.
Okay.
Hang on the bar. Yeah. And then you're just pulling your shoulder blades up and down. Yeah. It's like you're initiating a pull-up and then you're not doing the pull-up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
So do what?
Yeah. Hang completely. Feet off. Yeah. You can even just hang for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's also enough. We've done 8 reps. 6 reps. Oh, yeah. Okay. How does it feel just hanging on the bar?
Wow.
Okay, next round, I'm going to have you try and just initiate, not pull.
Try and initiate.
Okay, next up, we've got step-ups. Lunges, sorry. Okay. So right here, you're going to step back, kneel, then back, and alternate. that.
Okay. So as we're doing all these things, what areas are we targeting of the body? And why should we do this warm-ups before?
Rowing was more full body, warming up the hamstring, glutes, quads, arms, and then now the hanging and pulling a bit, warming up your upper body, shoulder. Yes. Now what we're doing right now, again, we are back on the lower body to make sure that the muscles are warmed up more before we start the workout. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So lunges.
Okay.
Hands, you can have them on your waist. Step back. Drop the knee. That's it. Step back and switch. Yep, that's it. So let's get 3 on each side. Yeah, you got it, Vinny. And while at it, you can think of this as a full range of motion lunge.
Yes.
Yeah? Rather than just getting halfway, you're able to go all the way down. Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the full range of motion. Now we've got the deadlift. We're going to go for 6 reps. So just showing you the technique. You're going to have it just in between your feet. You can come closer.
Okay.
Come closer. Right. So it's just in between your feet, right? And then again, you bend, hold on to it, chest up, and then fully stand up. And then back down the same way. All right. Let's do that. So bend, hold on to it, and then big chest. You're going to make sure your back is not rounded. All right. And up. That's it. Back down. And up. Yeah. That's it. Let's go for 16 total. Easy.
Oh, wow.
I feel like you guys are being very modest about this. Okay, we'll just repeat the rowing one more time and then done with the warm-up part.
Okay.
Just so that we see how you're feeling on it.
How we're feeling.
Now, increase your pace, guys. Don't be very modest about this.
We were learning. So for the dumbbells, is there a specific amount of kilos that you can carry, especially for an intermediate? For a beginner?
Depends with the number of reps. If it's lesser reps, go heavier.
Okay.
More reps, lighter, to make sure you're able to manage the volume. Still going for another minute. Your rowing technique is good. All right, that's it. Okay, we can get off the rowing machine.
That is just a warm-up.
That is the warm-up, yes.
Feels good, actually.
Okay, so now we will be getting into looking at the movements before we start the workout, like just breaking them down so that any person who's never done it can understand the technique, right?
All right.
We've got Russian kettlebell swings. Have you done those before? Let me show you what that is. Swing to eye level.
Yeah.
You've done that before. Okay, then we should be good. We should be good. Okay.
I'm still a beginner.
I feel like you're swinging the beginner at me so that I go easy on you. All right, let's approach the kettlebells.
Okay.
We're going to break down the kettlebell swings just to
Wait, what? This is 22 kgs?
Yeah, I think that you can give that to Andy.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's more manageable.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now with the kettlebell swings, I want you to get it just a few inches in front of you. Yeah? So that you are creating like a triangle with your feet. And then your feet need to be about shoulder width apart. Just slightly wider. Yeah? Okay. Now from there, you're going to hold on to your kettlebell from that position. It's like you're sitting back a bit. Yeah? Okay, hold on to it, full grip. Okay. Now at my count, you're going to swing it in. Now in this position, the wrist should be in contact with your thighs, and then up as you extend, you swing forward. All right? Ready? And go. Swing to eye level, and that's it. Yes. Easy. Can we get these guys heavier kettlebells? It's all light. Easy. So getting to eye level, think about squeezing your glutes at the top for full extension. These are light. Okay. All right, well done, you guys. So that is the kettlebell swing, yeah? You fully extend. Make sure the kettlebell is at eye level. You are building your explosive power. We have a lot of movements that require the momentum from the hip. So kettlebells is just one of the movements that build the capacity to generate as much power as you can from your lifts. So normally, when we're doing the workout, I would probably get you to try the 12.
The 12.
Yeah, one thing I've seen, you're not the beginner you are telling me you are.
Oh, no, it's because I haven't been to the gym for like a year and something. Because of an injury. Remember I said I was about to jitetea myself. So I was told to stay home for like a year. Yeah. So this is like my body reminding myself the things we used to do. I promise I'm still a beginner.
I'm very familiar with that. But we'll see. Remember, I'm observing you as you move. So I'll be like, I recommend add some weight. Okay, so now the next movement, we are going to be using the rings. So let's just get to the rings right here.
Okay.
Okay. Let me have you on those.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So normally we require the rings to be at chest level. So just slightly lower. This is a good substitution that we use for pull-ups. So if you are a beginner and you do not have pull-ups or the capacity for pull-ups yet, this is one of the movements we use to scale down the pull-ups for you.
All right.
Yeah, right. So the rings, we want to make sure they are shoulder width apart. Okay. And you're going to be standing right under them. So, stand right here. Okay. Yeah?
All right.
Holding on to them.
All right.
Okay. Yep. Let's do that. Let's do that. Right. So now you're going to lean back, fully extend your arms.
So I can go this way.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
All right. Okay. So now lean back, hold, arms fully extended. Nice. So you want to make sure that at this point you are not dipping your hip down.
Okay.
Yeah. You're fully lined up. Now you're going to pull to your chest. Right. Let's do that. Pull to your chest and back. That's it. And go. Easy. And back. And go. One more rep. All right. Okay, so depending on how difficult you want to make it, normally you'd probably walk in to make sure that your body is slanted a bit more. Now that's harder. For example, this is the normal ring row.
Yeah.
Yeah? If you want to make it slightly harder, you walk in. And then, see, now I'm lower. And then you pull.
Can I try?
Yeah. Okay. Let's go for it.
Okay, so you, wait, what?
So the normal one, you're standing just under the rings.
Right? Yeah.
To make it harder, you walk your feet forward a bit more. Yeah. All right. Lean back. Now pull.
No.
Give me 5 reps.
Okay.
I was joking.
I'm gonna try.
Okay,
you
let's
see, this
go
is
for
the
it.
problem of being like heavily competitive. You wanna try?
So you see now with that, your form is breaking down a bit.
Yes.
So in a class setting, I would be like, walk your feet back a bit. Yeah, let's walk towards it gradually. Yeah.
Then
yes.
I see.
Because again, you don't want to do an option that is too difficult that it compromises your technique.
And I like that because majority of the people, when we get to the gym, we want to maximize everything.
Like I want to do that one that she's doing.
Yeah, why is she doing like that and I'm not? I see.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So lastly.
Wait, so what were we working out?
So yes, upper body. Your back.
Right.
More like still the pulling, but now it's maybe Andy and James can do the pull-ups in the workout.
These ones are like the pros.
They can do the pull-ups in the workout, but for now, this is it.
This is just
a few reps, Andy. Just a few reps.
Andy, come on. See, you know you're a pro.
Okay, so we are going to do a squat pattern with the kettlebells as well, just to cover full leg day. Right. So just holding your kettlebell facing down,
and
then you squat
all the way down.
Yes, all the way down.
Okay. Yeah. So are there any variations of this warm-up that people can do at home? Because us, you cannot be suffering here and people at home are just laughing at us.
Oh yeah,
but
they
really,
can do
is there
squats.
anything that they can
body
do at
weight.
home? Just
Yes, body
normal
weight.
squats,
If you've got like something weighted that you can use, you just hold on to it.
By magic.
Yeah. And then go for your squats.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I see that.
All right. You still have to give me 5 reps of goblet squats.
Like, okay. What's the form again? What's the form again?
You're gonna hold it up, and then your squat technique. Push your
feet out,
and then hip back and down
and down. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
there you go. Close to your chest, right here. Right, and go. The good thing about being a coach is that you just watch people.
You don't do nothing. You
know, right?
Watch people suffer.
Okay, keep your chest up, Whitney. Yeah, there you go. Wow. I know you're feeling that on your quads. They're burning already.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. You can put it down. Now, shall we do the workout?
We're going on a break.
Okay.
Let's take a break. This is really finding an excuse to rest. So we're going on a break, and then when we come back, but we'll start the workouts regardless, right? Yeah. Because Coach Harry said, listen, hakuna kupumzika. Tukianza tumeanza, okay? But also remember the question that we're asking you today is very simple, and that is, what is that one fitness goal that you want to achieve this year, and how are you going to get there? We'll be looking at your feedback after the break. I am panting, and that is just the warm-up. See you after the break. Wow.
Truth is not governed. The truth governs our beliefs, our faith, the trust we give, the democracy we seek. When held back, it always breaks free. Seek the truth. Set yourself free. Subscribe to read online at epaper.nation.africa. Daily Nation, the truth unfiltered.
We're bringing you the hottest show in town. From exclusive interviews with the biggest names in the game.
When this is music, now because wanna dance, the way you wanna dance, bila muziki.
Watching Kwetu Mix, respect the OGs.
Yeah! To a DJ set that will knock your socks off.
Kwetu Mix NTV, Monday mpaka Friday, let's go.
Don't miss out on the fun. Tune into Kwetu Mix every weekday only on NTV.
This week on The Glam, we journey into the Sacred Heart of Ethiopia to uncover the ancient ritual of Weibatis, a ceremony of purification, healing, and honoring the body and soul.
This is all ingredients for scrub body.
With a sacred touch of different Ethiopian plants and ingredients, women gather not just to beautify, but to connect.
Chickpeas helps reduce wrinkles, helps remove dead skin.
This is more than skincare. It's tradition. It's strength. It's a love story written across generations.
The whole experience was so good. I feel like I'm relieved. I just want to sleep.
The Glam, this Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. on NTV Kenya. You don't want to miss it.
Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
What would make a man travel 350 kilometers to kill his wife?
Alikuwa na tatizo na ndoa yake.
What would make a man slit his own throat?
Wenda jamaa amejichinja. Na ukaanza tu ndugu.
Kwa nini mbaya? Ni nini mbaya? Saa zingine aseme mimi silali kuko bedroom. Nalala tu hapo kwa kiti. Alimwambia wazazi wako watakuja kukubeba hapa ukiwa maiti.
It was not about the murders, but the manner.
Amejichinja, amekwama kwa mlango.
Hata nilishangaa. Sijawahi kuona mambo kama haya.
A story of love, betrayal, and death. Murder Tips. This Thursday at 9:30 p.m.
WASREB is the regulator for water and sanitation services. Our role basically, our principal object of existence is really to protect the rights and interests of consumers in water service provision. The conference is a good platform for us to really share what we are doing as the different actors along the value chain, from policy, regulation, service provision. Then we're able to see what do we need to do. When we engage and when we have a platform like we will have on the 8th, then we are able to share some of these things and even hear from the public what their feeling is and address their concerns.
Break, and now we're ready to get into the meat of the workout. And remember, it's all about Wellness Wednesday today, and we are talking about CrossFit training and why it's important for each and every single person. Watching us at home, people are working home, everywhere else. It's important for them to actually tune in. So we were talking about the benefits, right? And now we want to get into the meat of the workout. What are we doing? Yeah.
Rounds of the movements that we looked at, just to get us moving. We're going to start again with the kettlebell swings. Only now we're going to do 15 reps. Yeah. So we'll do 15 reps and then 12 reps of the ring rows that we did, and then we're going to do 10 of the goblets.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just start. Okay. 3 rounds. Easy.
Wait, what?
I'll have the usual on the rocks, double.
I'll have whatever he's having.
Real, recognize real. No added sugar, no preservatives. 100% real fruit.
WASREB is the regulator for water and sanitation services. Our role basically, our principal object of existence is really to protect the rights and interests of consumers in water service provision. The conference is a good platform for us to really share what we are doing as the different actors along the value chain, from policy, regulation, service provision. Then we're able to see what do we need to do. When we engage and when we have a platform like we will have on the 8th, then we are able to share some of these things and even hear from the public what their feeling is and address their concerns.
Sisi detectives.
Jamani, what is this? Aiden, please don't do this to me.
Nataka uende useme kila kitu yenye tumeagree, umenielewa?
Because kila mmoja wenyu hapa ni suspect.
Shaona wawili wakiwa kwenye ugomvi wote hivi.
Iweni kama ulijua mamako ni shetani lakini haukujua ni shetani kufika wapi.
My father was suspicious that his wife was cheating on him.
It's like Tracy ndo alikuwa hiyo last missing piece ya hii puzzle yote.
Welcome back. We apologize for that technical hitch, but we're back and we're going to get into the meat of the workout today. We're not running away, okay? And like we said, if you are at home and you're watching us, there are some things that you can do. Like, Coach Charity said, and you want to do the squats, to me, so that we do this together. But hey, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm flexing here kidogo before I die.
Okay, so the movements that we looked at earlier, we're going to do 2 rounds of that, starting with 15 Russian kettlebell swings and then 12 ring rows. He's going to be doing pull-ups. So his
yay for the team, eh? For the team.
Yeah. And then 10 goblet squats.
Okay.
Or body weight without the kettlebell squats.
Okay.
Now we are going to put a timer on it. How fast or how soon can you finish the 2 rounds?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So normally, again, with the different fitness levels, they might finish faster. There will be someone who's finishing faster.
Yes.
But again, that is the score that we take. How long it took each person to finish the workout.
Right.
And if we do this workout again in the future, you're able to see the score that you had and if you've made any improvements in terms of...
Okay. And we also have Coach Chris join us now.
Yes.
He said, we need equipment. Hi, Coach Chris.
Hi, Minnie.
Good to see you. Good to have you. Thank you for joining us so that we need together.
Yeah.
Okay. So equipment, very quickly. What are we using today? Why are they important? What are the alternatives for someone who's watching us at home?
Okay, so the equipment we normally use in a CrossFit gym are free weights.
Okay.
And they have many benefits in that they can be used in many ways. They help enhance balance and coordination.
All right.
And also, this is something you can take anywhere and use even at home or, anywhere you go.
All right.
While at home, we have bodyweight variations, just like Coach Nyambura said. And that also is something you can increase the intensity in. Therefore, just making sure you're progressing.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Shall we? Let's get this started already because, we shall. Okay.
Yes,
all right.
Yes. Okay, so we are going to start on the kettlebell swings. So just get closer. I'm going to have the clock counting down 10 seconds before we start. Ready? Let's enjoy the workout, yeah?
Yeah, we'll try. You said how many? 15?
Yeah, 15 reps of the swing. All right. Swing in. That's it. Fully extending, squeeze. your glutes, your quads, 15 reps. All right, once you're done, we go for ring rows. We are doing 12 of those. Okay, as soon as you get there, you get started. 12 reps. Yes, that's it, that's it. James, you were supposed to be on pull-ups, but next round, you show us some pull-ups. I think even Chris can do that. 12 reps, 12 reps. Winnie, are you okay? You good? Hanging in there?
10.
There you go. Two more. There you go. One more. Nice. All right. Let's go for the goblets.
Okay.
You got it. Remember, this is at your pace. At your pace. Yeah. Staying upright. Yes, you got it. Keep trying to go as deep as you can, Winnie. Okay, swing. Yep. You got it. Two times. We're almost done. Almost done. Yes, the pull-ups. Let's go, Winnie. Let's go. We're almost done. The last round.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. All right. Can walk your feet back just a bit. There. All right. Let's go. Yep. You got it. Yep. If you need a second, you can take that second at your own pace. Yes. There. Good job. Andy, did we check your time? There you go. All right. You have another set of squats remaining.
Okay.
Guys, remember, we're not done until the entire class is done. Yeah. You got it. You got it. Chest up, big chest. There you go. Yep. How many more reps?
4.
Okay, let's go. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. All right. In 4 minutes, 3 seconds. Hold on. Hold on. Guys, everyone. Good job. Wow. Okay, nice. So that is short workout. How are you feeling?
Good, actually.
Did I give you a second?
Yes.
Second.
Yes. Okay.
You good now?
We're good, yes.
All right. So that is one of the ways that we work out. Sometimes you'll find short workouts that are less than 10 minutes.
Really? Less than 10?
Less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But again, it depends with the stimulus that we're going for. If we are going for a sprint where you are exerting maximum effort, then that will take a shorter duration. Because again, you can't expect a 20 or 30 minutes workout where you need to it's full speed, full effort, everything. So sometimes you'll find it's about 8-10 minutes There was once we had a 3-minute workout.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
but again, you find that the structure and how we break down the movements takes up the longer bit. So now we focus on the technique, making sure that wherever you were struggling with, we're able to cover that. And then you go full speed for the workout.
I like that.
So 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 15. Today's workout was a 30-minute workout. Yeah, it depends.
Sounds really good, actually.
Yeah.
It feels good. Okay, so even as we do this, probably someone watching at home and be like, okay, so what are some of the common mistakes that people make? And then how do you correct it so that we do it right? Say, for example,
the swing. Yes.
Yeah. What are common mistakes that people do? Maybe if you wanna show us.
Right. So you might find that they are not able to fully extend. Maybe just, you know, it's sometimes harder to show the incorrect thing.
Yeah, because you're used to doing it correctly.
Yeah. So lack of full extension.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might find someone leaning too low to swing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
While you just want to hinge just a little bit to make sure you get that technique correct.
Okay.
So if you're not fully extending, remember I was saying squeeze your glutes and your quads.
Yeah.
It's hard to squeeze your glutes in this position, so you have to fully extend so that you're able to get the squeeze. Yeah, so that is one way we can correct it. I had spoken earlier about watching your wrist. So your wrist in contact with your thighs will help you not to go down here or in too much.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll find the coach will throw in a cue here and there so that people understand the kind of technique we're going for.
Okay.
With squats, which is the most common.
Yes.
The leaning forward is one of the biggest mistakes. Yeah. But it's mostly, you might find it's a mobility issue. Yeah. Maybe the hip is too tight or the ankle. This joint, if you're not able to get down here, it's because it's a bit tight. Yeah. So elevating the heels is one of the short-term solutions that we have. Is we help you with mobility movements that you can do for your ankles.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Home equipment that people can use. Because, like I said, not everybody, but most people don't have all this, right? But at the same time, they want to work out because, you know, like I said, movement is important and everybody needs to do something. So what are some of the alternatives? Say, for example, you know, with the rower. Is there something that someone can use at home?
Yes, definitely. Like, for example, the rower, one very good substitute is a sumo deadlift hypo, which even with a water bottle, for example, just holding a water bottle and in this position, going all the way down and pulling all the way up simulates the same thing you do on the rower.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Any other thing that they can use at home? I know there's some people who invest in dumbbells to do their home workout, which is absolutely good. But for those who don't have, so chupa maji is good. I've seen some people use sand.
Yes.
Cement. Then fit into a then, you know, use that.
So when it comes to home workouts, I'd say the number one equipment is your own body.
Okay.
Your own body is already its own weight. We have body weight movements, we have body weight squats, push-ups, even pull-ups. Those three are a good way to utilize working out at home. And being able to first move your own body weight will help you be able now to move any other form of weight you use. Yes.
Okay.
And then we can move to the cement and the sand and all the other things we usually see.
But are they safe though? The cement, because it's heavy.
The downside with that is you might not be able to get a precise measurements. You might find that one side might be just slightly lighter or heavier than the other side. Or rather, you're not able to exactly get the measurements that you might want. But they do work for most people because, again, in the gyms, in the hoods or something, you'll find that that is what they use. And I like to say that movement minimum or however it comes up is better than nothing. Like the main thing we're fighting is being sedentary. Right? So anyone who's able to walk and just walk alone, that is movement. Go for it. If you're able to swim and just that is all you can do, go for that.
Yeah.
If all you have with you is the hood gyms, the cement weights, go for that.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right.
As long as you're moving your body every day and you're improving your quality of life, you're not getting injured in the process.
Yeah.
By all means, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So earlier on we said, so this was like a very quick 15-30 minutes workout. I actually feel good. I'm still sweating, but it feels really good after. But I'm curious about now the intense CrossFit session, how that looks like. This is the point of me, yeah, you sit down and watch. Can I do that and just see how you guys go? Like how for the pro, this is your moment to shine. And tell the people at home, this is how much you can go with your body. Do you wanna just show us like a normal? So forget the beginners, forget the intermediates, the pros. What does that look like? Like a 10 minutes? Okay,
Yeah. And these are my athletes,
right? Okay, yeah. So can we do that now so that people, because maybe there's someone who's watching us at home and they're like pros, so it's like, yeah, let me see what these guys can do, or maybe want to get to that level where you're like absolutely fit to that level. What does that look like?
Well, it's definitely you showing up for a few years. Definitely.
Yes.
It's not something you're going to join in month 1 or 2 and get. Some of these movements are definitely technical and they require practice for you to understand how you need to be moving and for your body to naturally start moving in that level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's take, for example,
try right away. Adi, show us your ways.
Let's even take the simplest, which is skipping.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have Chris show us that.
Okay.
The different ways we get to the elite, which is, let's even call them double unders.
Yes.
Because if you see videos online, you might find those.
You think it's easy.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Okay.
Yeah.
And a skipping rope, ideally, it's something that some people would have at home.
Exactly.
So it would be nice to see the different variations towards the same.
Yeah.
And see how far people can get. And then Andy will come to you. This is me. Yeah, let me just sit here and watch. Yes.
Okay, so skipping. The first thing is being able to coordinate jumping singles. Let's go for singles. Yeah. Being able to just swing with your... You should keep going. Just being able to swing with your wrist from this position, coordinating the jump and how fast the rope should just go under your feet.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll find that people will struggle. Okay, you can rest there. You'll find that people will struggle with just basically stringing a few reps together with the rope.
Some people do.
Yes.
This. I don't know whether that's.
But the easiest way and the most efficient is where you're rotating your wrist compared to your entire forearm. And especially in CrossFit, because the next progression is doubles, where you're jumping and swinging the rope twice. So you need to have the speed on your wrist to swing twice. Chris, you can show us doubles.
You're saying Chris is the pro.
Yeah, so you see he's swinging twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It needs to be really fast before you land back. If he is swinging with his forearm, by the time he does that entire circle, he will have landed back. True. And it would be hard to do the second one. But now the smaller circle with your wrist makes it easy to even go for. Do you have triples? We can show up to.
Maybe I can have maybe one triple.
Okay.
Wow, this would be.
See,
sorry.
the rope gave up.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I just decided not today.
The rope is like, not today.
But anyway, in terms of how you progress the movements, it really is important in how we lay now the foundation.
Okay.
So anyone who's coming in and we're getting into the skipping, we're first going to make sure that they are learning it from the point where they're rotating their wrist compared to the entire form.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if you're not able to coordinate the jump rope and the jumping, this is another option. Because now you're just getting your jump. You do not have to do the rope itself if you're tripping too much. In the workout, we just get you to jump and tap.
Yeah.
And that gives you the same stimulus as jumping rope.
And then there's so many benefits to just, you know, skipping rope as compared to not doing anything at all, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you working like the entire body?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is a plyometric movement and it's getting your heart rate to go up as you do it. I have seen people go for, I don't know, 2,000 skips a day challenge or something. It is one of the ways you can work your entire body. Without necessarily having to be in the gym. You can just do it at home, just buy a skipping rope and go for that.
And go for that. Okay. Andy, we want to see.
Okay, all right.
Andy's ready? Hey, okay.
So most people come in and wonder, what are these ropes for? Like, what are we doing with this?
Yeah.
And it can be intimidating because how do you expect me to go up there
and
as a beginner?
Ginormous, first of all, so you're like,
exactly.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we can just go through that just a bit. How we take people through it.
Okay. Cool. So do we move there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Let's come over here, and then So Andy's like, Andy, you're the
this is the one I'll show.
Hey, Andy. Andy's like, let me show you how we do these things. Yes. So, these ropes, what are they for?
So this, you are supposed to climb from down here to the red tip, tap that, and then get back down. Yeah.
People do that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's always the plan. So he can show us what an advanced athlete, the normal rope climb that they would be doing.
Okay. 1 second. Yeah, let's get that one so that people at home can see your prowess. Andy, I'm curious to ask how long it took you to but you don't have a mic, so it's okay. All right.
Yeah. Let's go for one rope climb. Sorry. Okay. Top. And then get back down.
How do you...
Should I do one more?
Yes. Do 5.
Yeah,
I need do 5.
Go
do 5.
No, I just do it.
Wow. Hey. So, okay, what is that? Strength, endurance, mobility,
everything. So it's more like a technical but full body kind of movement.
Yeah.
That you will see once in a while will show up in a workout and in CrossFit. But not to worry.
Okay.
Like everyone can do it. So the first thing is always being able to hold yourself up. So, because when you think about the pull-up bar, you can hang on the bar.
Yes.
But this is a different modality that requires a different kind of grip strength. So being able to hang for a few seconds as you sort out your feet to clamp, that is the first point.
Okay.
Can you hang for a few seconds? So if not, we give you a scaling option and you can trust the walk down. So you'll find most athletes will do this to kind of build on their upper body strength. This is one of the things that we do during a class, in a workout. Like during the teaching part, we'll go through the rope climb technique, but in the workout, they will do that for maybe a month or so as they work towards getting the rope climb technique.
Okay.
Next up is working on the clamp. So he can just show one clamp.
Okay.
Now focusing on getting the feet. How do you hold on to the rope? Step on it to be able to move your hands up. Right? You can get back down. So once they are able to get that part, which takes some time, but again, we are very patient with our kids. So once they're able to get that part, we now get them to, okay, you're going to jump up, clamp, and then extend, fully stand up. Yeah, and before you know it, you have progressed to either getting halfway during the workout and then coming back down. And then before you know it, in a year or so, wow, you're doing
up
the
there,
entire thing.
Tapping close to the
exactly.
Wow. Hey, Andy, good job. That was good. How long did it take you for you to get there? Not this like when you did this was not very easy. Thanks, Andy. And then I can see this. I don't know what to call them. Boards.
The boards.
Yes.
Yes. So that is where we mostly write our workouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, this one. This one.
Oh, this the box.
Yes.
Yeah. Jumping on the box.
Yeah. No, Andy can do it. Andy can do it, or Coach Chrissy can do it. You come show us. Yes. And why is it important? What does that do to the body? And do we focus on, like you said, so endurance, mobility,
explosive power, especially for the box jumps. But again, unilateral strength, working on isolating like the hip, the glutes, the quads on one side. You can do a few step-ups. So that now isolates his right side, and then again working on the left, right? So that is one way we can do it, and then you can also load it with weights. Where you now adding more weight to intensify. Okay. And then we have box jumps. You can do a box jump. Now that builds up on explosive power.
Yeah, because I'm like, it's tall, and you have to jump on top. And
yeah, this is one of the very, let me say, intimidating things. Because again, you're looking at that box, it's knee level. How am I supposed to jump and get to that point? And the thing is, when we are used to, the current lifestyle is wake up, get ready, go to work, come back, or maybe do a walk. We do not run around, jump around a lot. So when you come and find that you need to actually jump and tuck your knees so high so that you get on top of the box, there is the fear of, am I going to get there? What if I fall? Right? So that's why we start our athletes with stepping up. Sometimes we stack up plates so that it's just about this level, and you work your confidence. Yeah?
All right. Okay.
So that, no, we do not start people on this.
Hey, because I'm like, I'm almost up for a challenge, but I'm like, hey, that one goes kidogo. But also the form, there's a way he landed.
Yes.
And how do you do, and why is that important? Yeah.
Yes, on the landing, first of all, you want to think about landing entirely on the box, not on the edge. To,
because you might.
Minimize the falling. So you jump.
All right.
Hold the landing. So fully on the box. Right. And then in a squatting position because that's more stable. Right. And then just extend, stand up. If he is jumping at this point, then that's risky, right? Because you might lose your balance, and again, you don't want to fall off. You don't want our clients to fall off. So we encourage, make sure you have your feet fully on the box. To again, you might think, I'll get it. And then one foot might decide, not today.
Not today.
So you want to think about targeting the entire box to make sure that you minimize the risk of getting an injury.
Wow. Okay. And then also what is this thing? Deadlift.
The deadlift?
Yeah.
Deadlift is basically lifting something.
Here, what is it called?
The pull-up.
Pull-up. How do we get there? Because I know there's some people who, again, so there's several things that they can get hook or mlago somewhere and then do that. How do you get to that level? Because I've seen a lot of people do it. I can't do it.
I also can't at the moment.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's okay. If your coach can't do it in this pull-up, there's hope. But also...
Listen, I can't.
Right?
Yes, but because, again, you want to build your upper body strength, and especially the lats to be able to pull. So substitutions like what we were doing builds on that pulling capacity. Bent over rows as well builds on that capacity. There is this machine that people have where you do lat pull downs in the gym. That also helps you to build capacity, being able to pull. Because again, your body weight is a lot. Let's just start with that. It's heavy. It's like, you know, if I think about squatting 60, that's a lot of weight. So imagine pulling the same kind of weight or even more. You need to be strong for that. And that's why we have those movements that can help you build on that capacity as you work towards getting the pull-up. So just gradually, slowly, just bent over rows, ring rows. There's cup pull-ups that we were talking about, where you can show us a cup pull-up, where you're just retracting your shoulders, kind of initiating that pull-up and then back down. Right? That it all starts somewhere. And then you just build up your capacity to get to that point.
Would you say that is one of the advantages of CrossFit? You just start somewhere and power your way through to level that you can? I would say yes, because again, in as much as you are in the class setting, you are on your own journey as an individual. Intensity is relative to you. It's also relative to where you are technique-wise and being able to consistently do that. The coaches, we train ourselves to meet you at that point. So in as much as CrossFit is given this rep of it's too hard, it's only for the pros. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because you get the guidance that is specific to you in the class setting, and the plus, you get a community. Because if you are used to coming to, let's say, the 8:30 class, there are others who are able to come to that class, and that's mainly their class. So you find that you develop friendships. Because, oh, hey, how are you? We're working out together. Like today we had a partner workout. So you have a partner, someone who's pushing you. If you do not show up for a week, they'll be like, I wonder where she went. What's going on? Hey, where are you? You need to come back. So you get accountability in there, and you get experienced coaches who understand you individually, because I'm not just the coach, right? Andy understands how you move, understands your limitations. Chris also understands what you need to work on more. So you get the expertise of different coaches, like in a personalized way, and get a community as well. I mean, that's a plus. That's a plus. More reason why you should actually try CrossFit.
Absolutely.
All right, so how about we take a break, and then when we come back, we'll be speaking to Grace as well, just to understand the idea behind this beautiful
mahadhi ya kusisimua na yenye mvuto, kutoka mashinani hadi mijini.
Zaidi ya madaktari 200 wameweza kuanza mgomo wao rasmi.
Serikali ya kaunti inaendeleza miundombinu kuhakikisha kuwa maji inapatikana kwa urahisi.
Ni chimbuko la habari zinazokuhusu wewe.
Kupata ID, sisi tulikuwa kama aliens ambaye wamekuwa discriminated.
Michevebe is very nutritious, very chlorophyllous, very delicious, but less malicious.
Bila chuku, bila upendeleo. Taarifa halisi na asilia kutoka kwa wananchi kwa ajili ya wananchi.
Ndilo kero la taka ambao umeshuhudiwa katika mji huu wa matunda.
Kama serikali hawajachukua hiyo hatua, sisi wa Orma tutachukua hatua.
NTV Mashinani, kila siku ya wiki saa 12:30 jioni hadi saa 1 jioni.
Reach your audience instantly and make a lasting impression with Nation Sema. Affordable bulk SMS at 0.3 Kenya shillings. Own sender ID for 10,000 Kenya shillings plus 10,000 free messages. To sign up, please call 0728434979 or email us on mkibunja@ke.nationmedia.com.
We're bringing you the hottest show in town. From exclusive interviews with the biggest names in the game.
When you hear music, na ukose kuona dance, the way you wanna dance bila muziki.
Watching Kwetu Mix, respect the OGs. Yeah.
To a DJ set that will knock your socks off.
Kwetu Mix NTV, Monday mpaka Friday, let's go.
Don't miss out on the fun. Tune into Kwetu Mix every weekday only on NTV.
Bishop Cleophas Oseso, or the Bishop of the Diocese of Nakuru. In this county, we are privileged to be having what we call the National Shrine. There is a fundraiser that is coming up to improve the facilities. Many of the facilities there are old, so we want to encourage all people of all walks of life. You don't need to be Catholic, a place where we can be proud of. So this is a place that we pray and we hope that we all will be able to support, so that we continue the message of peace that is very much required in our nation.
What would make a man travel 350 kilometers to kill his wife?
Alikuwa na tatizo na ndoa yake.
What would make a man slit his own throat?
Kwenda jamaa amejichinja. Ya ukaanza tu ndugu.
Kwani nini mbaya? Ni nini mbaya? Saa zingine aseme mimi silali kuko bedroom, nalala tu hapo kwa kiti. Alimwambia wazazi wako watakuja kukubeba hapa ukiwa maiti.
It was not about the murders, but the manner.
Amejichinja, amekwama kwa mlango.
Hata nilishangaa. Sijawahi kuona mambo kama hiyo.
A story of love, betrayal, and death. Murder Tips. This Thursday at 9:30 p.m.
I'm so beautiful, so wonderfully made. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
To get Wananiuliza by both emoji, dial star 812 star 801 hash.
Skiza na Nation.
The budget is a lot more than just outsized abstract numbers on revenue and expenditure. It's about households and how proposed changes in taxes and levies impact their disposable income. It's about enterprises and how the proposed policy direction in the budget impacts the ease of doing business and job creation. It's about access to public goods and how the spending priorities impact affordability for ordinary citizens. This is why the Nation Media Group on the 20th of May 2025, starting 8 a.m., will be converging the government, citizens, private sector, think tanks, and other stakeholders to deliberate on the inaugural Budget Summit. Come and join us and let us have a conversation on the 2025-26 spending plan.
Welcome back. We are in the tail end of the show, and it's Wellness Wednesday right here on Your World, and we're focusing on CrossFit 101, that is CrossFit training. And the question that we asked you is very simple, and that is, what is that one fitness goal that you want to achieve by the end of the year, and how are you going to get there? Majority of you are saying, oh, economy, oh, you're fit already. Someone says they want to also reduce on fast, but how are you going to get there? But even as you think about it, let's speak to Grace Muritu, who is an fitness entrepreneur, joining us now. She's very gracious to host us today, so thank you first of all.
You're welcome.
For hosting us today.
You're welcome.
How are you doing? How are you feeling to my workout now?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Every morning is doing well. Yeah, it's doing very well.
It's working.
But what is the idea behind this? I'm pretty sure there's a story behind this establishment and your fitness journey, right? Can we go through it a little bit, and then we'll follow the journey?
Yeah. So back in 2014, that's when I wanted to start my personal journey in fitness. Of course, I'd visited, global gyms where you walk into the gym, you have treadmills, elliptical machines, the Stairmasters and everything. And usually when you walk into a global gym, you find coaches, right? But the coaches are only there to just maybe guide you. You ask them a question, how do you use this machine? What can I do? And that's it, right? So when you go in and you're green and you have no idea what to do, what do you do? Okay, my story, I would walk in, maybe run on the treadmill for 5 minutes, walk for maybe another 5 minutes, and then maybe do something like sit-ups, and then there are things that are common, the leg kicks, simple things, stretch, and I'm done, right? So ideally, when you do that, you don't get to know how your body moves, right? And you struggle. You want to lose weight, you want to get fit, you want to build muscle, right? Which is key. So I realized I needed to figure out, I need to do something.
Right.
Okay. So then I came across CrossFit, Kwetu at the time. That was back in 2014. Walked into the gym, walked into CrossFit Kwetu. And there was a whole bunch of, there was a lot of people. I've never worked out in a CrossFit gym. I just walked in, right? The coach was in front. This is what you need to do. Get your barbell, start loading. And I was confused because it was not familiar to me, right? So I tried the workout. It was really hard. As much as it was beginner, it was hard.
It was hard.
It was hard, right? I left.
So many
didn't go back. Didn't go back for some time. So I was in and out, 2014. And then 2016 is when I now went in fully. And obviously it was also an issue of making sure that my mental health and so many other aspects of my life were, needed to, come together. And what I realized is during the class, fine, it's difficult, it's hard, right? But the reality is you get to know how your body is moving. Right? You start understanding how your body is moving. So maybe from what I had learned or what I had been coached by other coaches, now is when I was like, oh, so what they were coaching me was not correct. Because then there's the issue of technique, there's form, and there's injury. So if you're not moving correctly, chances of you getting injured are high. Right? So I started, continued, and when I started realizing my squat is not the best. I mean the coaches know, they always correct me, but when you know where your problem is in terms of movement, you become conscious about it. As you're moving, you correct it yourself. As much as the coach is also guiding you, you also know, yes, you do have a problem with your squat, you need to keep working on it, you have to keep doing your mobility. So for me, the key thing was learning how my body is moving. Learning that I can always progress and improve in my movement. There's no limitation. And just building up.
like that.
To a good lifestyle.
And you know what? Actually, your story is similar to so many people who walk into the gym, look at the way these people are doing these things, will be like, yep, no thanks, that is not for me, and you go out. It's because there's no, you know, guidance on what to do this instead of this, and all those things. So a lot of people will just go home, be like, no, that is not for me, and find other alternatives. So I'm happy that you shared that part, so that to do a see where you have you've been through the same. Okay, and then CrossFit Boveda came in. Right.
So of course through my journey, being a client, being coached by athletes, by coaches who know what they were doing, I felt I needed to create a space where people are able to come in and are able to also understand their own bodies. Because sometimes it's not about, it's more of service, because you're trying to make these individuals know themselves and know how they move, right? And when you have good coaches who are qualified and are able to guide you no matter where you're starting, then the person as an individual, they're able to understand and know, fine, I'm here, I'm a beginner, or I can't squat, or I can't do this, but they're helping me and they're making me understand how my body moves and what modifications I can put in place to be able to move correctly without injury. So obviously the biggest, the individuals that really hold CrossFit Boveda together are the coaches, because they deal with the clients on a daily basis, right? They see them, they coach them. If they're absent, a client will come in. I was told by the doctor I have an injury. They'll want to know what is the injury, how can we progress you, how can we move forward. And as Nyambura said, you're better moving than sitting at home. So regardless of whether you have an injury or not, you should be able to be in the gym, because they're qualified and they know how to progress you. They will guide you and make sure that you're moving in a safe manner where you're not going to get injured.
And make the situation worse. And then one of the other things that people run away from gyms is the cost. Like, you're not doing it, all right? And you find, so someone would go for the first month or the second month and then disappear for like 5 months and then come back. So there's no consistency. And it's because, again, cost sometimes is usually an issue. So I don't know what you have to say in terms of CrossFit Boveda, what that looks like, and what are some of the, you know, the charges.
So CrossFit is not like any other gym. So it's an affiliate, right? When you become an affiliate, the coaches have to go through specific training. You can't just bring in any coach to coach CrossFit. They have to be trained. So you're an affiliate, and what happens is they also share with you the programming that they share worldwide.
Oh, fantastic.
So this workout, the coaches are also able to scale them accordingly for the clients, right? So it's not guesswork. So they've gone through the training, which is 3-4 days, right? So there's the practical and there's the exam. So they have to go through the training, right? So that they're also able to coach the workouts that are sent out, and they're also able to understand, because yes, we have coaches, but having that passion and having that conscious to know that you're serving and you're trying to change somebody's life, you need to be able to make sure that you're qualified enough and you're able to work with this person, you know, along the way and with their journey. So costs, I don't think I would say it's. I mean, we are good. I mean, we're a good gym, good coaches, qualified coaches. And we make sure we do the right thing and make sure that the clients
value for money.
Value for money.
I like that. I like that. So you said you started this through your journey, and you've done this how long now? Since you started your fitness journey up until now?
2016. Consistently 2016. Of course, I'm in and out, but
All right, so almost 10 years now. Okay. So what improvements, what difference have you noticed? Because you talked about mental health and physical health as well. So how has that changed over this period of time as we bring this to a close and have our coaches wakuje sasa tufanye stretch tumalize workout?
For me, what I believe, the workouts are not easy. I mean, you did a mini workout.
Let me tell you.
So I feel it almost applies to the day-to-day, because we all have our own challenges in our life. So you're building yourself strong mentally, physically, emotionally. So when you go out in the world, you apply the same thing. So you're able to take care of yourself, make sure you're strong mentally, emotionally, physically. Then when you're out there, you apply the same.
Yes, resilience.
Exactly.
I like that. I really like that. Okay, so we literally have 4 minutes before we chase out of the studio. To close the show. So do we wind up? Coach, sure. Yes, Coach Nyambura, Coach Chris, Andy, all of us. Let's come wind up. We're winding down. No, okay, we're winding down. All right. But thank you so much for sharing your story, for hosting us today. This is such a fantastic.
You're welcome.
Where is it in case someone is like, hey,
along Kiambu Road, Pendegwa, behind Quick Mart, next to Green Zone Apartments.
Next to Green Zone Apartments is where you will find them.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Coach Nyambura, twafanya nini?
Okay. Let's just stretch out. This is the part where I mostly join the client.
And you've not worked out.
Okay. Let's start with stretching the quads.
Okay.
Right, just hold there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just do the same on the other side. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I was expecting someone would
balance. I was about to say,
you all didn't give me that satisfaction. Okay, let's have 1 foot forward to stretch the hamstring, and then just reach there. So hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and switch. And on the side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Is it where the one side of the body is usually more flexible than the other?
That is how it happens, because mostly you have one side that's more dominant than the other side.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. It's just interlock behind you and pull back. Okay. Let me see who needs my assistance. It looks like
I'm struggling.
Give you a nudge. So just keep your chest up. Face up. That's it. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cool. So same thing now on the front. Round your back. That's it. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're just gonna loosen up.
Then, as we say goodbye to the people watching at home, thank you for watching. It just hangs.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's it.
Wow. That was really nice. Thank you so much, Coach Nyambura, Coach Chris, Andy, and of course Grace.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for hosting us today. And I hope that you've learned so much at home. And please try, work out some of those things, some of the exercises that we did at home. See you on Friday. Tomorrow is a holiday, so happy holidays and have yourselves a lovely day ahead. Goodbye.